Hello everyone, Kim Min Jae has a great personal terms for Manchester United. All this and more in this podcast. Just make up and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as we talk sport and as we talk Manchester United related stuff. And you definitely know every other day, every other comes on, we are heading there, and it seems things are definitely getting on quite well for the club Manchester United. The transfers, clubs are almost every club is looking for football players in this summer transfer window. Almost all clubs are definitely wanting to sign big players. Will big players be enough for all these clubs? Anyway, let's get into the main topic we here. The main topic right about now, main football player that we are talking about is Kim Min Jae. Kim Min Jae, who is a South Korean football player who also plays for Napoli and has played for Napoli for some time and has helped Napoli to win the Serie A. You will remember that Napoli last won the Serie A in 1990, season 1989-1990. You can see more than 30 years ago, that's when Napoli last won. But the fact that Napoli has very good football players at this time round, the world is looking for those football players. With Manchester United having two targets in Napoli's squad, definitely you can see that they've done quite great. Manchester United is eyeing two big football players in Napoli. One of them is the central defender for Napoli, and the other is a top striker for Napoli. And one of them is Kim Min Jae, who is the central defender for Napoli. And then the top goal scorer of Napoli the last season, who was the Nigerian superstar, that's Victor Osimhen. So Victor Osimhen also being eyed by quite a big number of clubs, but there are chances that he could be ending up at Manchester United, with the major fact that Manchester United is looking for number 9, and some of the number 9s that have been linked to Manchester United, nothing has been concluded just as yet, as Harry Kane is one of them that has been linked to Manchester United. But there is nothing as yet that has been done. And another one being Victor Osimhen being heavily linked to the club Manchester United. Also, nothing has been done just as yet. So we will definitely be talking about a few football players, but mainly the football player that we are focusing on right about now is Kim Min Jae. Kim Min Jae, who is one of the best football players, one of the central defenders, and right about now, I will be remember that a lot is going on as Manchester United is interested in him, and Manchester United has already contacted his agents. His agents have contacted Manchester United. They have gone into a meeting and talked a few things that we're going to be talking about here. But the big reason right about now, we're talking about Kim Min Jae, but he's not actively involved in this because there is a saga taking place. There's something happening for Kim Min Jae, a very important section of his life, part of his life and his culture. But looking at what is happening, before we go any further, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, last week came out and offered a contract to Kim Min Jae and said they would sign him if he was interested. But by the look of things, Kim Min Jae is not very interested in going to Paris Saint-Germain, and that's why their offer was turned down. Kim Min Jae is interested in joining Manchester United. So this and more, just make it a point, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on what we've definitely got to bring to you right up here in this very podcast. Anyway, and many other podcasts to come, as I'm going to be taking you through the entire transfer window, everything that happens before you get it. Anyway, you can always click on this YouTube channel and definitely you can get it straight live as it is. Anyway, now let's talk why is all this happening and Kim Min Jae is not seen anywhere Why isn't he in these transfers? Why isn't he actively in his transfers? Because it's his agents that are meeting people. His agents meeting different clubs, making decisions for him, but he's actively not available. It will be remembered that Kim Min Jae is currently, as we speak, from reliable sources, Kim Min Jae is in South Korea, and he's a South Korean football player. Now he plays for the South Korean national team, and he's one who also loves his culture. But in South Korea, you've got to, for able-bodied men between 18 and 35, they've got to have a mandatory military training, and that is what is definitely happening right about now. Mandatory military training, that is what is happening now. And it will be remembered that Kim Min Jae is current in South Korea, and it is said that he is having his training done. It will be remembered that this training goes on for men between 18 and 35. Between 18 and 35, those men definitely are expected to take part of compulsory military training. However, it will be remembered that some of the football players who have undergone such training, there is Son Heung-min, who completed his military training in 2020. So it is not something new. Definitely, that's why we are saying the fact that Kim Min Jae is not available, it's not something new that he's gone there. So he will definitely be part of Manchester United if everything goes on quite well. But still, his agent has cooled down talks while confirming that the 26-year-old will definitely be attending, or actually not will be, is attending. He's attending mandatory training. He's definitely attending mandatory training in South Korea. So that's quite great for him, and I think. But the training should be taking place it takes place for a long period of time. That is between 18 months, between 18 months to 21 months. But for some reason, he's not going to be part of this training for a very long period of time, though it is a mandatory training. It will be remembered that Kim Min Jae received an exemption by winning the Asian Games in 2018. And when he won the Asian Games in 2018, instead of doing the 18 to 21 months of training, he will not be doing those months of training. Instead, his participation was reduced to 3 weeks training block, and that's what he's going through right about now. For 3 weeks, he will be doing that training. That's why he is not available. We are in the month of June, and he's definitely not available, but he will definitely be available as the transfers are going on. His agents are doing the work for him. So I think it's going to be a brilliant move for the club, Manchester United, if they can sign the centre-back. We'll be remembered that some of the centre-backs at Manchester United, there is Phil Jones, who currently left the club. Manchester United, Phil Jones definitely left the club. He was at Manchester United, and after 12 years, he left Manchester United. People were always asking me, why would even Harry Maguire appear if Phil Jones was an option that Manchester United could take? They could fix him in there and do away with Harry Maguire. But Phil Jones had a knee injury, and last week, when during his send-off last week, Sir Eric Ten Hag came out and said he only met Phil Jones once in training, and that was only for 20 minutes. So it was not his fault that he didn't play. He's got a knee injury, a long-term knee injury. With other people coming up and criticizing him for overstaying at Manchester United, but that was his choice. We can't blame him. He liked the club. You cannot blame someone for liking the club. So the fact that he's being paid wages of something like £70,000, let me see. We need to see his wages, and we see how much his wages were. But his contract is definitely done. So those wages are not going to be paid. They're going to be paid to another football player, and that definitely is for Manchester United. So let's see. Phil Jones. We need to see his weekly salary, weekly wage. Phil Jones' weekly wage. Red Devils surprisingly handed him a 4.5 year deal, and that was in 2019, and it was believed to be 110,000 pound. Ooh, that's quite a lot of money, isn't it? 110,000 pound a week that's why Manchester United has paid Phil Jones for quite a long period of time. So the fact that I don't think by the time he left, because these figures are from when he signed some time ago, but still, in February 2019. February 2019 wasn't far. It's not far. It's the current why he's been earning. So the fact that he's going to be leaving the club, Manchester United, that leaves a big gap for Manchester United to sign a few more football players. And Kim Min Jae is definitely in the picture. So Phil Jones being a centre back for Manchester United is definitely out right about now. And Manchester United also looking at selling Harry Maguire. That is also another thing. That's another brilliant thing. Then Teden Mengi also is a centre back whose contract definitely runs up to 2024. We could be seeing him moving away from the club. There is a big chance that he's going to be moving away from the club because the club is looking for a bit of money to make sure they can balance the books. 2024, that definitely leaves him with only one season, and United needs to get some money off him so that he cannot go as a free transfer. We could be seeing him leaving the club, and Manchester United can get a bit of money for Kim Min Jae. And Luke Shaw, left back, his contract runs up to 2027. That's definitely quite okay. And Tyrell Malacia, whose contract runs up to 2026, is going nowhere, still remaining at the club, Manchester United. So it is said that Kim Min Jae has already agreed a personal terms with Manchester United through his agent. He's agreed personal terms, and that's something that's brilliant. That's quite great. That shows you there is hope for Manchester United. But the fact that he's agreed personal terms does not mean that he has signed for the club. No, there's still a bit of competition for him, and also because for Manchester United, and there's competition for Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, it's a crazy club. They give out stupid wages, silly wages, a lot of money. So United might not have a chance if PSG are in a real pursuit for Kim Min Jae. Though it is reportedly said that he turned down a request from Paris Saint-Germain because he eyed that he might not be getting first team football, but there is a big chance that he can get first team football at Manchester United. And Rafael Varane being in there, could you play Rafael Varane or you could play Kim Min Jae, who is a better one. But also when there are injuries, you need football players, definitely better options in case of injuries. That's something that has let Manchester United down. I mean, there is a time last season when Manchester United was literally flying, and when United got a few injuries, that was the end of the flying zone, the flying moment, and that was not quite good. When you've got Kim Min Jae, you've got Rafael Varane, definitely you're sorted. Luke Shaw in the left as the left back in there, definitely you are sorted. Tyrell Malacia being the left back, definitely you're sorted. You're definitely sorted. Kim Min Jae in there, the defense section is definitely sorted for you. I think it's going to be a brilliant move for the club Manchester United, and let's hope this transfer will go on as planned. And once it's done, once the deal done, so then confirmed, I'll definitely be here bringing to you everything straight as it is. Please subscribe, ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've definitely got to bring to you right up here at the United chapter with me, your host Abu KALS, as I tell thank you and goodbye for now.